Says this Tottenham team is better with Palhinha in it. The end. Do you agree?
Do I agree? Depends. I think in this formation in a back three, it works. I think when we played a double pivot in some games, we're not better with him. We're better without him. But again, it just depends on the formation and the game that we are playing. Like, for example, I think against City, we're going to need him.
You say, like, all our best performances this season have had Palhinha in the team. PSG, Man City.
Brentford, he didn't start. That was one of our better ones.
Brentford, he didn't start, yeah.
Brighton, he did. That was quite good. Bournemouth, even though we lost, maybe one of our better games.
Did he start Dortmund? He didn't start Dortmund.
Dortmund, he didn't start. No, he was injured. Bournemouth, he started and scored.
Yeah.
And that was we were decent in that game, the away one, although we lost.
Well, some with, some without, I guess.
Burnley, he didn't play. That was one of our better ones. But I'm now naming games we didn't win. I guess at the beginning of the season, when we were winning games, he was starting regularly, wasn't he?
Yeah.
So maybe there's a case for it. Because could you argue our form has massively dipped, coinciding with him being ousted for Bentancur? Maybe.
But
it's not like we ousted him for a reason, because it wasn't working.
Yeah.
Like that Fulham game he started, he was terrible.
I just really like the dynamic with three at the back and him at the right of centre back. But then again, like, if Van der Ven's going to be fit this weekend, are we really going to go? Yeah, we're really going to go for Palhinha in the back three? Probably not.
I'll probably sign him in midfield though.
But if Van der Ven isn't fit for this weekend, I would persist with Palhinha in the back three.
Absolutely.
SZY Comps. This is a picture of the Spurs player. This is a video of the Spurs players going over to the away end yesterday after the game.
Nice
and
moment.
I've seen a lot of
Xavi.
videos yesterday of the Spurs fans in Frankfurt, and it looked like a proper old school great ding dong with the Spurs fans out there.
No booing yesterday. No players getting angry. Just Xavi cheering on the team.
Have you ever known such a bipolar fan base than Tottenham? It's just like one game, yeah,
We're the best. I love this team. I love everyone. And then the next game, these guys, I can't stand them. Can't stand any of them. Get them all out.
Yeah. Good. But yeah, it was great to see.
Lovely for Xavi though, getting his moment and going over to the fans. He seems to be loving it in the Champions League, doesn't he?
Yeah.
In the fans, in the Champions League, he's got a massive smile on his face, and
then comes to the Premier League.
When he comes to Premier League, he's got this big frown, looks dead behind the eyes when he's doing an interview.
Yeah. But Frankfurt away is always a great laugh. That's for sure. Lily White Rose, this is some stats from last night. Most successful dribbles, Wilson Odebear, 7. Most touches was João Palhinha with 127. Most tackles was João Palhinha with 7. And most accurate passes was João Palhinha with 102. So
that's interesting. So Palhinha, despite Romero being the one maybe dictating the game, he was the one just had the most passes. So we went through him a lot. And it's very similar actually against Burnley. Danso was the one, remember, that had the most passes.
Yeah.
So that right centre-back role, clearly something that we focus on to progress the ball.
Yeah, and as well because Porro's on that side usually. Obviously, he's not on that side yesterday, but Porro is obviously a very key part of the attack. No context, Thomas Frank. Thomas Frank seeing Arsenal winning the group, but then remembering he's Tottenham manager.
Oh, Thomas. Oh, even after a good win, he can't avoid the Arsenal jokes, unfortunately. Poor guy.
Is there an inside joke among the Premier League for players to name Premier League centre-backs in their teammates' comments or what? Like, what was this all about?
So Tell commented Todibo to Jed Spence's...
Yeah, I saw someone else doing this. I just don't understand it.
Yeah, what's going on there? Is he saying he's as good as Todibo?
Yeah, because Ekatike commented Gehi on a different post.
I wonder what is going on. Can someone explain it in the chat? Anyone know what's going on? Is this another 6-7 thing that means nothing?
You've started the chat off now. THSC report saying Xavi Simons, look at that cheeky little smile we gave the fans yesterday. I love it.
Brilliant. Yeah, he was loving it yesterday.
He's growing in kind of his character's coming out more now, Xavi,
more on
isn't
the
he?
pitch, definitely. 100%.
And just look at this celebration as well. Was this for the offside goal?
Yeah, this for the goal. So we did this whole celebration and it didn't even get allowed. But it was weird, like, it didn't go to VAR. They actually disallowed on the pitch, but we were just allowed to celebrate the whole way before being told actually this ain't counting. Like, how did they not be told before this? But anyway, shame, that was a nice celebration.
All things THFC. Wilson Odebear completed 4 dribbles in the first half, which was more than the whole Frankfurt team.
Wow. Yeah, he was hard to stop in that first half.
Yeah, I mean, some of the moments in that first half were just pure electric, and we've been saying the same for weeks now with Odebear, so big up to him. Tottenham tweeted out saying, "You can always count on Zhao."
Yeah, that's a proper right-back's heat map, isn't it?
Yeah.
Look at that. But it also is quite central, actually, so yeah, it's good. Covered a lot of ground, but yeah, you can see he really stuck to that role there, didn't he? But he also, look, he's not afraid to step into midfield.
Yeah. Well, he is a natural midfielder.
Yeah,
so.
I'm just saying he wasn't stuck to that right centre back
Yeah.
role. He was like comfortable getting quite high up.
Xavi Simons put this, well, I think he put it in, but he says, "Nah, VAR and me, not good friends."
I can understand that. Shame. Has he scored in the Champions League yet? Yeah, he scored a penalty.
Is that his only goal? Has he not
in
scored?
Slavia.
Did he not score?
Copenhagen, I think he got 2 assists. PSG,
Who scored against Dortmund?
Romero and Slanky.
Oh, Slanky, yeah. Trevor Lloyd says, "Tottenham Hotspur have the most clean sheets in the Champions League so far, but below Sunderland and Brentford in the Premier League, above PSG and Real Madrid in the Champions League. What a football club."
Honestly, this club makes no sense. It makes no sense.
I tell you, we're a social experiment, man. That's all we are.
I think the simulator is running this season. We're going to relegate them and get them to win the Champions League. That's what they're
Incredible.
see how they react.
Again, the Xavi celebration. After that is Romero picking up his Man of the Match award, and well deserved. I mean, there were a few candidates yesterday, but probably Romero deserved it.
Yeah, phenomenal. And he started to talk more. He did another interview after this game, after a win this time.
His English is pretty good, to be fair.
Yeah, he started. I wonder if the club have told him, because there was, after he did that statement and he said, it's time to be quiet and work hard. A lot of people were criticising him at that point because they were saying, well, you're saying be quiet, but sorry, he was saying other people have to talk more, sorry. And people saying you don't talk after losses and you're the captain and we don't hear from you. And they were criticised. So I wonder if the club, because since that game, he's done now a couple of interviews after games. I wonder if the club told him, look, you're the captain. We need to hear more from you. Like I know maybe you're not so comfortable with English and whatever, but we need to start talking more.
Well, I hope he said back, well, you're the leadership of this team, and maybe you should speak more as well.
Well,
it should come from both of them, not just Kuti. But yeah, big up to Kuti.
Yeah, big up to him.
Kuti Romero tweeted this out saying, "Fantastic away win to reach the next round. It's a difficult moment, but if we stay united, we'll get through it together. I just want to thank all the fans who travelled with us today away from home and always support us, and also everyone who stayed back supporting us." And yeah, I mean, I feel I've given Kuti a lot of criticism over the last year. Back end of last season, this season, I've given him a bit of criticism. But I actually feel in the last few weeks, I've seen him really start to kind of grow into this captain role. Yeah,
I mean, say that after Burnley when he made that mistake, but then he did save it with the goal. But it's a difficult one with Romero. I think, look, I've made my feelings clear about Romero. I love him. I think he's a phenomenal player, and I think he can be a good captain. So I think he is a good leader, but I just think the environment needs to be right for him to show his best, and sometimes the environment just hasn't been right here. And I think that's cost us, but he gets a lot of blame for that. And I understand it because, look, it reflects on him as well. When he makes a mistake, you can't blame the environment, but I do think that is just ultimately, I think if you put him in the right environment, like a City or a Liverpool or whatever, I'm not even going to say it, but when you put him in like a City or a Liverpool where they're just geared to win and everyone's on the same page and everyone's got this mentality and it's a better structure, I think he wouldn't be making as many mistakes as he is, to be honest.
Potentially. This was Dominic Solanke on Instagram last night. Champions League top 8 secured. I'm not even going to pretend to know. Jiu-jitsu. There you go.
Love that. Got the arrow celebration back out.
Spurs Insider. Last 12 European games, 9 wins. Last 35 Premier League games, 8 wins.
What a club.
How does that make sense, man?
What a club. What a club. No surprise that Frank is scratching his head.
Spurs Army saying, now Jed Spence poked fun at Xavi for celebrating despite his goal being disallowed. He just atted. Xavi Simons says, bro, goal is disallowed. You so stupid. When Jed Spence was also doing that bloody celebration.
Brilliant.
Domino's poked some fun at Spurs yesterday, saying Spurs in the Champions League and Spurs in the Premier League.
Yeah, pretty accurate. Pretty accurate. I actually think it's too well drawn, the Spurs in the Premier League, I'd say.
Tottenham Hotspur, job done. There's all the Spurs players coming off the pitch yesterday in full smiles.
Yeah, a lot of relief must have been. Got the win. I think everyone very relieved and happy. And 3 points. There you go. Pape, love that. Oh, this is Jed, Pape. It's great to see Pape. I think he brings the good vibes back as well.
Absolutely.
He's been missed, I think, in the dressing room. I bet
for sure. Jed Spence tells Xavi Simons to pass earlier via Instagram.
Brilliant, absolutely brilliant. There was one, I know exactly the moment he's talking about. There was a moment in the second half where he tried to slip Spence in and he just waited a bit too long and the defender blocked it. And you saw Jed was like furious. So I'm pretty sure he's talking about that one moment.
Yeah. It's Romero responding to his Man of the Match award.
Yeah, and he said, Romero said yesterday, we have a different mentality in the Champions League. We play every game like a final.
Well, I mean, it's what you want to hear in terms of how they do the Champions League games, but it's not what you want to hear going into the Premier League. You know what I mean? It's just weird, isn't it?
Why is it? Is it just because when Europe comes around under the lights, it's just a different kind of vibe around it? Is it because it comes around every other week or whatever it is, rather than just so relentlessly? I don't know. How can you put your finger on it? Is it because we just had such a good experience last year of Europe and we carry on that good feeling? It's very strange,
man. It's very strange, and it's weird to come from your captain saying when the Champions League, it's a different kind of vibe. But
is it because of the prestige of the competition that they just up their game for it?
Maybe it's just like muscle memory. They're so used to just focusing on the European competition. I don't know.
So strange.
Stokey G saying Spurs finishing 4th in the Champions League group while fighting a relegation battle.
Yeah. Can't quite believe it.
Madness, man. Billy T, big up Billy, says below Brighton and Bournemouth in the Premier League, above Real Madrid and Barcelona in the Champions League, Tottenham Hotspur, ladies and gentlemen.
Yeah, it's crazy.
George Achillia says Xavi on Champions League nights just feels like a completely different player. Absolutely oozes in confidence and makes some really good runs that sometimes aren't being picked up. Otherwise, he makes some clever passes. In general, I think the fact European teams give us more time on the ball makes a huge difference. We need to work on creating that space in the league.
Yeah, I think that's also... I think there's the space, and as well, I just think he has more options in the league, in the Champions League with the formation we're playing at the moment. So hopefully it helps him.
Yeah.
If we carry on playing this way, this formation, I don't see it changing, to be honest, right now.
Yeah. All things THFC. This is going to be Wilson Odebear after he scores the winner in the Champions League final. 100%. Bring me that moment.
I think it also is to be said, like Odebear, just shows so much more off the right-hand side than Johnson does. As much as we criticise the Johnson sell, I've really liked what Wilson's brought to that role.
He needs to add those consistent.
It's kind of the opposite. It's kind of the opposite to Johnson, isn't it?
Yeah.
Albeit now he's getting more goal contributions. All of a sudden, it's like might just be better than Johnson on that side. He's showing more on the ball and threat, and he's providing actual end product as well.
He needs to get those consistent goal contributions though. And this is the map from the game last night, and you could just see the domination apart from that little moment in the beginning or just after we got the goal.
That was it. We got the goal, and then we kind of managed that moment. Once we got over it, it was only 5-10 minutes. Bam, we started to dominate again.
Well, that is it. That is the way the internet did react to the game yesterday. Hopefully, some more transfer speculation to get into later on today.